Hello, my loves. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome into this reading for the new moon in Virgo. So if you are new to my readings, hello and welcome in. It may feel aligned for you to check out my how to get the most out of my readings tutorial video. It'll take you through a deep dive into how to get the most out of what we're doing here. It's not necessary, but the invitation is there for you. For those who are not new, hello and welcome back in. It means a lot for me to have you here. I really enjoy supporting the loved ones that I have in this life, all of the human collective that tunes in. And it's really a great gift to be able to support you this way. So thank you so much for being here. And it's an honor to support you through this beautiful process that's unfolding. So let's talk about new moon energy. The moon becomes new every 28 days. Every time it's in a different place in the sky. So it's in a different astrological sign. So what this means is every month we get to start anew and we get to focus on something different every month. I like to, in my videos, dive deep into where this moon phase really wants us to focus. We'll get into that in a minute, but let's talk a little bit about the Virgo energy. Virgo is the archetype of the maiden. It's a very helpful, precise, reliable, analytical, and observant vibration. If you want to learn more about Virgo and how it influences your chart, please check out my Virgo solar readings. Those will help you understand where this energy is in your life and help you expand on that energy in a deeper way. So it's very interesting here that this moon phase is happening in 4 degrees, 4 minutes of Virgo. It's a very precise degree point. It's also happening on August 27th at 4:17. There's some interesting things going on with these numbers as well. The most interesting is that 1 plus 7, the 17, equals 8. So you have 4 and then you have an 8. And 8, of course, reduces to 4. And we also have the 4 degrees, 4 minutes. So it's kind of an echoing of that. There's a lot of other little nuances here, but we won't dive into those. I just thought it was really cute how the Virgo energy was like, I'm going to be very precise here. The 4 is a very stable, reliable number as well. So it's very interesting that that's the number that's kind of being highlighted and focused by the Virgo energy. Now, a moon phase typically goes from one new moon to another new moon, unless there's an eclipse, but we'll talk about those when they happen. So for this moon phase, the cycle is from August 27th until September 25th. So the reading that we're doing here, the advice for it is going to be valid for you during that cycle, during that phase. So this is the time frame with which to keep this advice at the forefront of your mind. There's going to be 2 readings for you. We're going to be drawing an affirmation card from the Super Attractor deck, and you're going to get 2 affirmations, most of you. There's 2 different things that the Virgo energy wanted us to look up. I think this is because they want to be very precise and give you very specifically directed affirmations and guidance with how this moon phase is showing up for you. So the 2 things that they want you to be aware of and relate this advice to are, the first one is the degree point that the moon is happening for you. So Virgo, you're looking for this symbol, the M with the little, I look at it as like legs crossed, because the maiden crosses her legs. I don't know, that's how it works in my head. It's at 4 degrees, 4 minutes. So let's stop there. If you do not know how to find where Virgo 4 degrees, 4 minutes happens in your chart, please take a break. Please go ahead and watch my tutorial video for how to find your birth information on astro.com. It's definitely worth diving deep into this information because it'll help you understand how to read your chart, how to interact with my readings moving forward, and it'll just give you a little bit more understanding of the birth chart itself and how it applies to you. If you do not know your birth time, a lot of people stop when they hear that they need their birth time because they don't know it. I have a tutorial video that'll take you through that process. Please go ahead and do that because it's so important for you to be able to work with this information, this blueprint of what was going on in the astrological weather when you first took your breath into this life. Okay, so you're going to be looking for what house Virgo 4 degrees 4 minutes occurs in your chart. if you have trouble figuring this out after you've watched that tutorial video, please reach out to me. I will give you some help and assistance. So you're looking for the house that Virgo 4 degrees 4 minutes shows up. You're going to watch the tutorial video for that. So if you're not in that video yet, that's fine. All of these introductions are the same. You're going to watch the reading that aligns with the house and aligns with where the moon was when you were born, which sign. So you're looking for this symbol, the moon symbol, on your astrological chart, and you're looking for what sign it was in when you were born. Again, you should be able to understand and find this if you watch that tutorial video. If not, again, you can go ahead and ask questions. All right, my loves, now it's time to dive deeper into your reading. So go ahead and watch the one for your house first, and then go ahead and watch the one for your moon sign second. So this video is for you if 4 degrees 4 minutes of Virgo is in the 7th house for you, or if the moon was in Libra when you were born. We're going to draw a card here. It's going to be relevant for both of you, and then I'll jump into how does this affirmation really apply to either the house or the moon alignment for you. So let's get your card here. Oh, right there. And this is the Super Attractor deck by Gabrielle Bernstein. As always with these readings, I do recommend writing them down so that you can revisit them every day. Here you go. When I'm tuned in to the energy of abundance, I become abundant. I love this. Okay. I was talking about this, I think, in the first house Moon in Aries video. Maybe. One of those. Okay. But anyway, we're going to talk about it again because it's relevant. But if that reading is also for you, like bing, 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 huge bells and whistles and big sign for you, okay, that this came up again. Okay. What is the energy of abundance? The energy of abundance is feeling like there's enough to go around. When you tap into that energy of there's enough, you become the vibration of there's enough. You have enough because you're already tuned in to how much there is around you. So this entire lunar phase, you're being invited to have a new relationship with abundance. Yes, definitely. An innocent, precise, reliable, analytical, observant relationship with your abundance. Okay? When I first started trying to manifest abundance, I was in a place of lack. I thought that more for me meant less for others, and I had to let that go completely. So if that resonated with you, recognize that this is an abundant universe that we live in. There is more than enough to go around. We're waking up to that reality as a human collective, and we're learning as a species how to share this abundance with each other in a way where everyone feels safe and abundant. We may not be able to see it yet, but it is on its way, I promise you. Okay. So I started looking at what was abundant in my life. And it's just so funny when you start looking for abundance, how much abundance you see. I am an abundant mother. I have so much abundance that I can't believe now that I ever believed in lack for myself. I have so much. I have way more than I can steward, that I can take care of. And that has really helped me shift my mindset. I feel abundant and blessed every day. And my financial situation hasn't changed much since I started this practice. However, my awareness of how much there is for me in this world has expanded exponentially. And I no longer have financial insecurity, even though that part of my life has not really changed. So here's one thing that really hit me. I was like, oh my gosh. I was looking, what's abundant? There's an abundance of air molecules for me to breathe. Do you know how many air molecules I just breathed in right there? So many. There's an abundance, and there's going to be more right now. Okay? That's a place where you can find abundance. You can find abundance in the things that you have in your space. Like I have so many little gemstones. I'm abundant in gemstones. And I feel so freaking blessed to be abundant in gemstones. I go to the grocery store nowadays and there's an abundance of choices. There's so many cool different combinations of different things and companies doing good in the world that I get to choose from and support with my financial vote. And it's awesome. It's so awesome. I also have an abundance of places that I have access to. Not only is there abundance of public places that are free that I can have access to, there's an abundance of people in my space that have places that they allow me to utilize. And I have an abundance of places that I can go to enjoy the lake, to enjoy the forest, to enjoy the sunset, to enjoy just the natural world. There's an abundance of that in my space around me from the people that I know and just from the free public places that I have access to. There's an abundance of nature around me. There's an abundance of grass. Even though you might not think that that's something that's like a good thing, there's an abundance of it. There's some place where there's an abundance. There's an abundance of, I'm trying to think of what else. An abundance of information. The internet connects you to an abundance of information, a wealth of information that you can draw in at any time. I'm also being guided to guide you to the song on Spotify called Inner Wealth. I would recommend singing this song, learning this song, vibing to this song, because it is the essence of this as well. And it's a really beautiful expression because it talks about the wealth from within. That when you feel the richness that exists within you, the abundance that exists within you, then you can really live that abundance in this life and give to others because you're coming from a place of having enough. Yes? All right, that's the general advice here. Let's dive deep into how it applies to your house. And if you're here for the Moon in Libra, just scroll right ahead to the Moon in Libra reading. Okay, so this moon, 4 degrees, 4 minutes, Virgo, is pinging the area of your life that deals with your one-on-one relationships. Woo-wee! Okay, so as we apply this advice to this area of your life, you're going to look for the abundance of love or the abundance of good things within your relationships, okay? So it may be that you're not feeling very wealthy when it comes to your relationships with others. Like you're not feeling like someone who has a lot of valuable relationships, a lot of meaningful relationships. I'm really encouraging you to look at which one-on-one relationships are there for you, are supporting you, and to see how abundant those relationships are for you, like how much they give you, right? How much does each one-on-one relationship that's important to you right now give to you? Not like just money-wise, like the energetic exchange as well. Like how much abundance is there between you and another person? I also, as I mentioned before, like I started looking at how my, I had friends who had places that I could go visit and experience awesome things. So you might also be looking for abundance that you have access to through your one-on-one relationships. Okay, that's another place for you to look at. This house rules long-term partnerships, marriages, enemies, contracts, and business relationships, business partners. So you might want to bring this energy of abundance into your business, you really don't want to bring it into your enemies. You're not like, I have an abundance of enemies. Maybe you do though. And maybe that's just a practice for you. But like, wow, how abundant am I that so many people are charged by the way that I am, that I have lots of enemies. I don't know really why you would do that, but that's what's coming through. So maybe for one of you, that might resonate. But it's really this energy of abundance coming from your one-on-one relationships, because this is the area of your life that this moon phase is pinging. So it's giving you a new understanding, a new beginning, a new relationship with abundance itself, but also with the abundance that your one-on-one relationships are offering you. Go ahead and watch your moon reading as well. There's going to be more information in that part of this reading. And until then, namaste, the universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste. So the moon was in Libra when you were born, and the moon represents the emotions. This means that your emotions have the quality of the Libra's archetype. The Libra archetype is the scales. So when it comes to your emotions, there's a theme of balance. And so you're going to be looking for the emotional balance in your life. This is something that's very important to your emotions. It's most likely a focus of yours emotionally. And if it isn't, play with that this lunar phase as we focus on the moon, as we focus on your moon sign. Pay attention to the balance. Play with the energies of the Libra archetype. The Libra archetype is graceful, peaceful, idealistic, hospitable, diplomatic. So that's the truth of your emotions. That's the truth of your heart. And as with all of this, it's up to you to really find the resonance for you when it comes to this. So Libra, the scales, all of these words, all might apply to you. Maybe none of them at this moment as you're learning about it, but it might have resonance later on. This is something for you to dive into. This is something for you to explore. It's something for you to see what unfolds and what feels good in your body, what feels true in your body. So let's go back to this affirmation. When I'm tuned into the energy of abundance, I become abundant. So how do we relate that to the Libra archetype and to your emotions? Well, it's the emotion of abundance that's really going to guide you this lunar phase. And let me tap in here and see how this relates to balance. This is how you balance out lack. The thing on the other side of the scales when it comes to lack is abundance. And so if you're down here or up here with lack, right? Like it seems, well, I guess lack would be down here, right? Lack is all the way down here and weighing you down. The way to balance the scales is to focus on your abundance. That will bring things back into an even balance emotionally. So focus on the abundance of emotions that you have. Focus on the other side of the lack mentality, the not having enough mentality. As we talked about before, those abundance practices are going to be really important to help keep you balanced this month, especially when it comes to balancing out these feelings of lack that may have been weighing your heart down and moving you out of a place of feeling balanced, because again, your emotions really like to feel balance. They like harmony. They like peace. They like to feel as though the scales are on the same level. All right, Moon in Libra, that is all of the advice that I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. Feel free to comment. And as always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors that universal light within you. Namaste.